I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I'd like to welcome Ichigo Hibiki. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello everyone. I go by Ichigo Hibiki. I'm a plus size lamb VTuber. Does lots of variety stuff. I like to do cooking, and I like to make sure everybody feels comfy, cozy, and welcome to my stream. So yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. I have lurked. I have lurked, and it is all of that. Very comfy and cozy. Was that what you wanted to do when you first got started? Is give that sort of a vibe?
Yeah, I really did. I wanted to make sure there's a space for people to come if they want to lurk or if they want to just be there and be with the community.
That's
Um, to do something comfy, cozy, welcoming, somewhere they can just kind of find home, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It was. So what got you started in it in the first place? Content creating.
I actually started just because I was super shy
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to get over that.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
so you chose to get in front of an audience potentially 95% of the entire world.
yes.
Well, sink or swim at that point.
Yeah.
So were you a VTuber follower or fan before that, or how'd you find out?
I just seen it around and I thought it was pretty cool to do. That way I could just, I'm like, oh, I can just, be whatever and then, work out myself with the shyness. So that's why I
Yeah,
was like, I found it really interesting. Maybe
yeah,
clips around of
yeah.
VTubers.
So you weren't one that would run up and grab the microphone off the stage and start singing karaoke, anything like
Oh, no, no, no.
that.
No.
I don't go through the drive-through and grab the microphone and start singing. They tend to frown on that. There's actually city ordinances against me singing in any microphone. So there you go. Um, so when you got started, how comfortable or uncomfortable were you when you picked up the microphone?
Oh, I've always been like uncomfortable. Everybody has that feeling where they're like, I don't like hearing my voice or something like that along those lines. Some people do, but
Mm,
um I was pretty uncomfortable, but I felt when I first streamed that I had some of my friends there, so I wasn't maybe as scared,
yeah,
but I was still kind of out of place with something that's uncomfortable to me,
yeah.
but I knew that I could like push through and, maybe get better as it went on. So,
Okay. Someone who hasn't heard about your shyness in the past would say, but it's a great voice. What were you worrying about? Because it's a great voice.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Um
just you just overall didn't just I can understand that completely. I wouldn't want to get up in front of a stage and talk to people. I still don't. It scares me. Um. Was it just something that since childhood you just never really wanted to get in that spotlight?
Yeah, I guess I never wanted to be like the center of attention or something like that. And
Mm,
I don't know, I've always been off to the side myself, so I wanted to work on doing something that could get over that cuz I know I can't be like this all the time. So I
yeah.
wanted to get
Yeah.
something to work that out and I feel like this was something that could help me talk to people better and, just get over that.
And has it helped you off screen?
Oh yeah, it has helped me a lot. I've been able to make doctor's appointments without just standing there, on the phone and
Yeah.
um everything like that. I've gone over that. So I think VTubing has helped me immensely with my shyness. I'm not as bad now.
Mm.
So
But people who don't go through that don't realize how paralyzing that is. Um, and you mentioned calling a doctor and getting an appointment. Uh, that can be you don't know who you're going to talk to. You don't know whether they're just going to
hmm.
there's so much question and mystery A lot of folks don't like to jump if they don't see the lily pad below them to land.
Yeah.
Some of us are some of us really need to see where we're going all the time. Um, was it has it helped out your confidence as well?
Yes, it has helped out my confidence a lot. I'm not as scared to do things
Mhm.
and talk to random people if I need to,
I'm pretty
and
random.
things like that.
I'm about as random as it gets. I do appreciate it because I'm glad you're able to find this kind of an outlet. It's
Hmm.
it's very unique in this way, where you can with the model, which by the way is a wonderful model.
I appreciate it.
You get a chance to be yourself without being yourself, um,
Oh yes.
and sometimes you get to be more yourself than you are.
Mm.
And be a little bit larger than life and kind of let out the talents inside. Um, have you have you got that experience kind of spreading your wings since you've done this a little bit more room?
Oh yeah, I'm like definitely comfortable with everything now, and I'm doing more stuff. Like I might not be singing or stuff like that, but um I'm working on like more stuff, more content that like I would never try out at all.
Yeah. And well, you mentioned cooking. Have you been doing cooking streams?
I haven't been doing cooking streams, but I have been doing like YouTube videos and
Mm.
stuff, so it's been working out pretty well for that.
Oh,
So,
have you always been a cook?
yeah, I've been a cook for almost 5 years now.
Mm.
Almost.
Wow. You just by mentioning being able to call yourself a cook, you've got me beat on every front. I can, in fact, overcook water. I can do it. I have set things on fire cooking before, and not just what I was cooking, but sometimes the appliance itself. I will set it on
Oh no.
fire. there's a there's there's a reason why I have a microwave because it's easier. Although I do have an air fryer now, which helps out quite a bit too. So
Oh yeah.
so what is your if you have a signature dish? What is it?
I really like making pasta dishes, so
Mm.
like Alfredo, like fettuccine Alfredo is like something I really like making.
Ooh, ooh, I'm coming over to visit. uh, so what type of so I don't want you to give all the way the cooking family secrets here, but so what is the difference in your fettuccine alfredo? What makes it yours?
I like add roasted broccoli
Mm,
and I do lots of like either shrimp or chicken. I know that's the staple usually, but
mm. So
I make it a little like spicy, but not really
mm,
too, give it a Cajun
mm,
kick kind of thing.
yeah, enough to taste, but not enough to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never understood that. I don't think that I can understand if you're doing it for like a joke or something, but why would you want to hurt yourself while
Yeah, I can't do spicy food at all
uh,
either. So.
oh, I mean, I could actually burn my mouth on that stuff. That really is bad. It hurts. Um, although I got a story. A friend of mine at work brought in a package of peanuts
Mhm.
that had wasabi on them, and she was passing them out to everybody. And I've never had wasabi before in my life. Um, and being an old man, it's like, aha, let's fool the old man. Let's give him something that's gonna, make him cry. I ate about
Oh
five
no.
of them, and they said, "What's the problem?" They didn't realize that I just come off a a dinner where we had horseradish and had to eat it on purpose. That
Oh no.
wasabi and horse there's no wasabi fades, horseradish lives.
Mhm.
It never goes away. Um, so you like the pasta dishes? Do you ever work with red sauces at all?
Yeah, I actually took like I guess culinary classes in high school or whatever. So
Oh,
I know kind of about like sauces pretty well too sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes.
you make your own?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I do make my own.
Oh,
From time to time when I have time.
oh, I envy you that. I envy you that. I'd love to get in the gear and learn how to do that and come up with my own because it's just once you have a spaghetti sauce or a pasta sauce that you really like, you in you really want to have that sauce and nothing else.
Mhm. Yes.
And there's always something if you don't go with the store bought stuff, it's always like, oh, well, this is a little sweet, this is a little, that, this is a little that, this is thick, this is. Would you rather have the thick red or the thinner red?
Uh, I like thick sauces,
Mm,
but everybody's got that little preference they like because maybe it coats it better or something, you know.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I like the thick. Mine's almost ketchup sauce. It doesn't taste like that, thankfully, but I like it as thick as possible. Anyway, I'm running away from everything here, but um, so you've been doing cooking videos on YouTube. Um,
Yes.
so what do they range from? The desserts, meals, what type of thing?
Yeah, we do. I've done desserts. Um, I've done like how to make tofu, like crispy tofu.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm working on two other ones right now.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's a little slow process because I work a lot.
Mm.
My job is basically cooking too. So,
Ah. Oh
um,
no.
yeah.
You
So,
have to take your talents and force them into this little job.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Take the Iron Chef hat off and put on this one and do meal number five. And this,
Yeah.
well, it's in that way you are an artist in your own right as far as that goes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So was it in high school when you took these culinary courses? Were they elective or was it something a lot of people took?
Um, they were more like an elective.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been interested in cooking because it's just something I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I could just go to culinary. And the teacher there she prided herself in uh prided herself in saying that she fed the Olympic athletes twice. So I was like, okay, she knows what she's talking about,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
So I got to ask this: what is the biggest disaster you've had while trying something cooking?
Oh, I know I've done stuff where I'm like the other day I made like a feta baked pasta and I'd never made it before and
Mm-hmm.
I I know like I've always told myself you can add but you can't take away. So like you don't want to add too much of something
Mm-hmm.
because you can't take it away now. It's already in there.
Right.
So I'm not used to using like spicy stuff. So I put like we had red chili flakes in there
Ooh.
and I thought I put just a little bit, but maybe I put a little too much.
Yeah. Don't.
So when I went to eat it, it was burning hot and I was like, well, I'm just going to have to deal with it now. I'm just going to have to
Oh yeah. I
eat
mean,
it.
by then you can't go around and pick out the little chili flakes. You've already done their damage.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You can lose yourself in those really quick.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It doesn't take much. If you want to taste, use one flake.
Mhm.
Two is too much. And it'll get away from you in a hurry. So with that, what is your biggest triumph as far as cooking goes? Have you tried something like out of your comfort zone and come out victorious?
Um, I've made sushi actually,
Mm.
from scratch, which is something that we did in culinary, but you know, I like that I went through and did the whole thing and learned how to do it, and I could do it, you know, and it came out really good. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, I think I know sushi is a big thing to look at and be like, oh, I don't really probably could do this or something like that. I mean, it's really simple, but it's kind of scary looking at it because you're like, there's so many different kinds
Yeah, there is.
and so many different things.
Some people
So,
call things sushi. I'm like, that's not that. doesn't seem to fit any of the definitions I know of sushi. but but I'll tell you what, if I ever get stranded on a desert island, I want you with me because you can handle that fish. Okay. Here's another fish. I have no idea myself. I would not be able to do anything with it. That's wonderful that you're able to show that talent off to everybody. That that takes a little courage to show off. At me. What type of response do you get for those videos?
They seem to enjoy them. They really like to learn. It seems like they really want to learn. I take polls in my little streams to see, or my little Discord. Um, then they're like, "Oh, I want to," I'll give them a few things. I'm like, "Oh, what do you guys want me to make next?" kind of thing, and they seem to be pretty excited about. I'm gonna make cheesecake pretty soon, so
Oh, oh, I miss
and
cheesecake.
them just learning.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's great. That's a real interactive experience too. With that, you get to
mm,
you kind of you can. It's kind of like taking requests at a oldies rock station or something, um,
yeah.
and then you get to show them how it's done. That type of interaction doesn't happen a lot with other types of streamers, um, because the cooking part is intricate, and it's really something that they're interested in, but they want to hear it from you.
Mm.
Yeah, so I mean, they're not going to anybody else to get this; they're going to you. How's that feel?
It feels good. Yeah. I've always wanted to teach people how to cook and stuff because it's a needed thing in life. So
Mm.
it's feels good that they come to me. They can look probably up Gordon Ramsay or other places to get information, but um it feels great to be able to give them that information or hear something maybe they never knew about certain food or how it takes to make a sauce or stuff
No,
like that.
oh yeah, I um, after I got married, I got married in my 40s, um, and my wife started cooking actual meals for me, which
Mm.
I'm not used to. I'm like, gosh, what is this? Then she tell me like, don't tell me again, just fix it. Don't want to know. Don't want to know what's in it. It's good. She was always good at. Is always good at just making kind of like a mulligan stew of whatever is in the cabinet. Um,
Mm.
do you ever find yourself with a situation where you don't really know what you're going to make? Here's a bunch of ingredients. What can I do with it?
Oh yeah, yeah, I do that a lot. Because maybe I just don't want to go out to the store, and I'm like, I could probably throw something together with just this stuff. So I always try to look up stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe look up some stuff that goes good together with that certain ingredient or something, or I'll just try to throw something together and hope it clicks good. So,
Not too much chili flakes, please.
oh yeah,
Hold off
yeah,
on that.
never again.
What about soups? Do you do anything with soups?
I actually don't. I
Mm.
really want there's this chef at work, he makes really good sauces and soups, and
Mm.
I'm like, I really need to like see how you do stuff. Um because I had a family member that made soups for us and I
Mm.
tried them and they were absolutely terrible, unfortunately.
I was
And
expecting wonderful and it terrible.
oh no, they're terrible. And I was like, I don't think I like soup. So I just would never eat soup.
Oh, that's terrible. Sometimes you need this soup, or I do anyway. Like well, I consider chili soup, so I'll eat that all day. But again, there's
Mm,
if you're not putting that together yourself, there's not really a lot of options on the shelf. It's not like you can go get a Campbell's soup and have it turn out to be good chili. There doesn't really seem to be any
yeah.
pre-made that's good. And again, relying on yourself, but you get to teach everybody around the planet how to do these
Mm.
things. When you first started getting viewers and followers, and they started coming back, and you noticed that in your chat, um, how was that fulfilling for you? How did it feel?
Uh, I really feel accomplished. That I'm like, oh, I'm actually entertaining people, or that they want to come here to just be cozy and comfy. That I'm bringing that kind of atmosphere. um into streaming. Uh I've had a I worked or I had the first stream and I had like 20 viewers or so cuz it was my friends. So
Hmm.
like, the
Yeah.
next couple streams, if they couldn't make it to, it was like it was kind of sad.
Hmm.
But then I was like I started getting regular people in there. And then I was like, okay, maybe I am doing something right,
Yeah.
streaming. And I seem to get more comfortable and more comfortable to the point where, my shyness is mostly gone. I still have that kind of shyness here and there, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's still going to catch you between the eyes every now and then.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but to be able to be agile enough to deal with a chat of people that you've never met in person, or
Mhm.
folks that are coming back for you. Um, that's not just like seeing somebody in the neighborhood and saying hi. That's a whole different level of communication, and that you've been able to get yourself comfortable with that in a pretty big hurry. I think it says a lot about that personality that's been waiting to come out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think it would be this quick either. I've been streaming since like 2021 maybe. So it was during it was like 2020, 2021 during that pandemic
Hmm.
thing. So, it just, I guess I just had to I'm like, I'm not going to get any interaction right now. So I might as well just try to break this now,
Yeah,
the break the shyness now. And
yeah. So, how about collaboration? Have you been able to do some?
I have been able to do some. And I know my first collaboration, I think they were kind of a friend at the time. So it wasn't anything scary to me. But when people started asking me for collabs, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get in the VC with them, and I'm gonna have to talk to them. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, what if I say something wrong, or what if just anything, just basic stuff that I'm not too afraid to do now. But
Yeah. Well, I mean,
all these thoughts,
it is a dance, isn't it? It's like a choreographed thing. Um, you know, and once you even get up and rolling, you have to somehow click. Um, whether it's two or three people or however many, you have to be able to work
mm,
with each other and complement each other. It's not always cut and dry. Here's two talented people with nice personalities. Let's put them on. And again, it's like the soup you had.
yeah,
Needs lots of salt.
Mm-mm.
And it just
Yeah.
does. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Have your collaborations gone well so far for the most part?
They have went pretty well, I would say. Everybody's clicked pretty well. They know pretty good streamer etiquette and stuff. I haven't had like a really bad experience, I don't think,
Hmm.
at all that I can remember. But everybody's been pretty nice and very kind to me. So
Cool.
they knew how I was when I started. So sometimes they haven't asked for collabs until now, and then so
Yeah. It tentatively pass you the note in class.
yeah.
Hey, want to collab? Maybe. Well, I mean, it's again, it's something that you learn, and yet sometimes you have to teach yourself that sort of thing.
Mm.
Would you? Do you think? Are you surprised with how far you've come, as far as that goes?
Yeah, I'm surprised I've got this far. I didn't think I'd get it this far at all, like like years.
Mm.
I know I've been doing it for years, but I didn't think I'd get this far where I'm at right now in years either. But um, I didn't think I'd reach so many people or anything like that at all.
Yeah,
So,
in other countries, and
mm-hmm.
and to realize that somebody on the other side of the planet is getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to check out your stream.
Yeah, my late streams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how that's got to be for someone who came in as someone who was shy. That's got to be a big turnaround for you.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's you've gone from not seeking the spotlight and the audience to now you're like, what can I do to get more audience?
Yeah.
I kind of like this stuff. I won't bring up the marketing word. That's a bad word. But I want. But so, have you got any plans for expansion, doing more things with your channel this year?
Yeah, I'm trying to I want to work on doing more collabs with people. I do collabs here and there, but they're not like a main thing that I do. I'm like always by myself with my best friend
Mm-hmm.
um most of the time. So I'm like I want to break that, not break away from my best friend, but
Clip it,
just
clip it,
like I'm
clip
like
it.
okay, I need I'm like I just need to work on going and getting, collabs or working with other content creators that I can see
Mm,
how they run things over, their stream, and maybe I can take away something, that they do differently that I can be
mm,
like, oh, I could probably, do something like that. So
yeah,
streaming with more people, and we're trying to get more those videos out on YouTube and hit up TikTok places, so different social medias and things like that. So
that's cool. And it's great that you have this outlet to do it. I mean, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this?
Um, I'd probably just be shy still. I'd probably just be going to work and then coming home. It's just something I really enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
So if I wasn't doing it, I just come home, go to
Hmm.
sleep, and go in the monotony of doing those kind of things and not really having anything fun in between.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
it's a good thing it's here because 20 years ago you'd have
mhm.
had to like do text. wouldn't have,
Yeah.
wouldn't have been nearly as good. I can tell you that. So how did you choose your model? Was it was this your design? How did it come about?
Um, So I everybody always calls me like I'm a mother figure to them, I'm all my friends I'm like, "Oh, you know, I'll be the designated driver or, I'll,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. I'll be the nurse. I've got band-aids and, Tylenol and all that stuff in my purse,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm like ready for anything. Um so everybody's like, "Oh, you're like a mom, like a motherly figure kind of thing."
Yeah.
And oh, you're so innocent, da, 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 stuff like that, just like things like that. And I'm like, oh, what's more, you know, innocent and pure than like a lamb or something. So
Mm.
then I'm just like, I'll just do a lamb. And um I had a personal story where my mom gave me a lamb
Hmm.
that played music,
Oh yeah.
plushie.
Yeah.
And, it has a pink little bow on it and stuff, and I didn't really think of it at the time, but, she gave it to me because my older sister that she never made it that far into life, she's only was, like, 3 days old, but
Oh.
we both have one of those, and I wasn't thinking, and I was like, "Wait." I was like, "It's kinda like, my model, it's a lamb that
Hmm.
it's a personal thing." So I was
Yeah.
like, um so we just went with a lamb. I
Yeah.
had so many other things I would go into, but I was like, I don't know if I want to go as a this or that. So I didn't see too many lamb VTubers out there. So we went with that. And then later I chose to be plus size because I don't see a lot of plus size VTubers out there.
Hmm.
I've met many of them now,
Yeah.
but at the time I didn't see anything that was plus size because, I am plus size. So
Yeah. Join us. We actually do exist, people. It's kind of surprising, even though the catalogs don't say so, but we do actually exist,
Mhm.
and certainly the prices don't say so. Grumble, grumble, old man on a soapbox. Um, but really, it's very expressive in itself. It definitely gives a welcoming feel to the channel. It just by
Mhm.
if you just put the channel with your model up there, it's going to be a welcoming feel.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Wow. And so how much of Ichigo is you?
Um, I feel like a lot of it is me. To just I want to have a welcoming feel, and I feel like in person I could be welcoming. I feel like at work, a lot of people are rely on me, and they seem to be fine to walking up and you know being friendly with me and stuff like that. They don't seem like I wanted to portray something on there that's like that. That's like it's just welcoming and that you can always come to if you just want to stream to just have background noise in and stuff.
Yeah,
And then like I said, the plus size thing also
yeah.
is also something. So
It's it's so wholesome and good. It just it the whole package is such a wonderful package. I think that of what you're trying to do and the
mm,
portrayal of what you're doing here. I'm glad you're getting success with it, and well, for
I
many
appreciate
reasons, but also because of kind of you may not have like this super political message or anything like that, but the message you are getting
it.
across is a really good one.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and take the compliment. I heard that. Stop complimenting me. Voice in
No, 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 no.
the background. I'm not used to that. Stop doing that. Well, if you're on this show, you're gonna have to take them. So take them. Um, uh, so you mentioned a little bit about, although you just kind of mentioned it in passing, that you weren't out there singing. Is that in the
No.
future?
Um, I thought about doing maybe a cover here and there, but I haven't
Mm-hmm.
stepped out into that yet. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I'm still a little shy with that stuff.
Well, that's a big step.
I did. Oh yeah, that is a huge step for me
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Something that's definitely out of my comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
again. But I have put myself in the uncomfortable zone, and I have got out of it. So I'm not opposed to trying to jump myself into another place that I'm not so comfortable with, but
Mm-hmm.
could probably could push through and maybe come out with something that's actually good or something. I'm just not a very good singer, I don't think.
Well, I mean, you never know until you take a shot.
Yep.
I mean, I mean, you can't be as bad as I am, and so there you go. That's like saying one's bigger than zero, but still, you can't be, you can't. So there's at least one person on this planet who you're better than. So you got that beat. As long as I'm alive, everybody's a better singer. Uh, that is a different sort of performance.
Mhm.
Where you really where if you're cooking for yourself or maybe one or two people is one thing, but if you're cooking for the potential of the entire planet, that's kind of a different story.
Oh yeah.
And kind of doing it with the singing is also kind of that way, isn't it? Where you're when
Mhm.
you bring that out, it's going to be for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I I don't know if I can do it. I know I have stepped out of my comfort zone with something else. I did do like somebody asked me to like, "Oh my god, your voices would be so perfect for something that they were working on. They were working on an abridged series of an anime,
Ooh,
and they're like, "Oh, you you'd for da 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 da." They were asking, and I was like, "I have never ever like done any voice acting thing," and I'm like, "I don't know if I could do it," and I was like so worried about it. I agreed to do it, and I was like, "Oh God."
what
I'm
did
like,
I
"What have I
do?
gotten myself into?"
And sleepless nights for a month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but your voice is really good.
All right.
It
Thank you.
really is. And I'm glad you at least have the opportunity to do that. Like, if nothing else, you've got that under your belt now. I mean, that's
Mhm.
you can cross it off the list, and maybe something comes up in the future. What about because you are such a welcoming personality and you have such a nice voice? Have you thought about doing an ASMR content?
I actually have a mic for it, the double little ear mic thing. I
Mm.
have it,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do it, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I should. I don't want to put everything, I'm like, I got streaming and then I got those cooking things. And I'm also doing like on the channel, it's like I love thrifting.
Mm-hmm.
So I like go on there and go to flea markets or whatever, and I'm like, I just take you guys around with me,
Oh,
and see what we can find kind of thing.
yeah,
But I have wanted to do ASMR too.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's so maybe in the future. I mean, you've got the microphone for it already.
mhm.
And I think that with that voice of yours and your personality, it would fit really well. Um, I hope that you're able to do that. Find some time in the future to do that because now that you've stepped out of your comfort zone, your dance card is full.
Yeah, I'm glad I have stepped out of my comfort zone because like I said, I wouldn't have even tried to do what's something I'm good at, like the cooking stuff,
Yeah,
or tried to do that voice acting thing. I mean, I was like scared for a while
yeah.
when they're like, "Okay, it's the day to record the thing." I'm
Well,
like, "Oh God."
yeah. Well, what's great? Another great thing about this medium is you don't have to do it. You don't have to like go somewhere else and do it. If you
Mhm.
got the nice setup at home, you just you know make sure the cats don't attack while you're doing it.
Yep.
You don't accidentally rock back on and scare the cat or something. And you can record it at home and take it many times as you want to do it.
Oh
It
yes.
it does make a big difference as far as that goes. You know, you've really climbed some mountains here. You look back
Oh
and
yeah.
say, I've done pretty good.
Oh yeah. I think I've done pretty well
Yeah,
with what I would have never done any of this either. Like I just been like, oh, I'm just gonna go back to doing my comfortable little streams. I
yeah,
would never branched out,
yeah,
but where I'm not afraid to take risk anymore with jumping in something I'm not used to,
yeah,
and it trying to see if it pans out or not. And if I end up not liking that something, then I can just say I've done it, and I can just say that I can say that I've done it and move on, I guess. So,
like soup. I'm
yeah,
done with soup. Go on to the next thing. It's really fulfilling to hear somebody who has gotten a chance to blossom in this way, where we get to find out what talents you have and what wonderful personality you have, and obviously your voice and the message that you're trying to bring across uh, is such a positive addition to the you never know what you're going to get on the internet type of thing. Um,
hmm
so I am going to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I really really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not often that somebody looks at the mountains and doesn't just try to climb them, but obliterates them. It looks like that a couple of your mountains are gone, or for the most part, maybe a few hills.
Mhm.
But how? Tell us tell us the difference in maybe high school you to now after being on the internet for a little bit. The real difference in your self confidence.
um, Old me, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't go up to anybody and talk to like just any random person whatsoever, or seek, anything like that out. I was always kind of secluded. I had friends and stuff, and I would only kind of talk to them, I guess, and I would only be talk if somebody came up to me first and talked to me, then I would be like, I'm fine to talk with you, but I would never seek out that kind of interaction. And uh I guess in in social stuff, I wouldn't like be too confident with myself with like saying something wrong, or like something like that, like where I would just be kind of like, I just want to get this conversation over with or something real quick. But now, I try to seek out at work or whatever. I try to make sure I make friendships and stuff and talk to everyone and make sure everyone feels like everything's good at work, or everything's good anywhere else. Like stream, of course. Um, and yeah, I'm not scared to do anything too much anymore. There's some stuff I'm still scared to do, but I just know old me would never even attempt to even think about doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
your world
and
has expanded greatly,
mhm,
even as it's gotten
mhm.
smaller with the internet.
Yeah, yeah,
Your world has gotten so much bigger.
yeah.
I envy that feeling you must have of that.
Mm,
Hopefully, there's some pride involved because you deserve it. Um, but also the freedom to express yourself a little bit more than you probably felt before.
yes.
It's that's everybody's like, oh wow, I got arm room. I can I can do some things, and to find that it's happened to someone such as yourself, who obviously be a fun person to be around, and uh, this was kind of, I say this for other people, but this seems really in your wheelhouse. Um, if this didn't exist, you'd have to invent
Yeah. Or I just go to do some YouTube.
it.
7 years ago was when I could do YouTube maybe, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I wouldn't have all this time to work on things like that if I didn't have VTubing. So
Yeah. So, what are you doing right now on your streams?
um I'm mostly focusing on trying to get people to play different games. Like we're playing like Repo and Peak and things like that. Those are like games that definitely are more viewer based. They come
Yeah,
in and play with me and I try to make sure they have like a really good time
yeah.
and have some fun. And we're just trying to play through. I'm trying to get more games so we can play through new games. I've always been a Nintendo girl. So I used to just play like Mario games and stuff and
Yeah.
I'm not really good. I guess I'm not used to like other games. So I always tell people in my streams that it's good. You might like a game that I've never played before because most likely I probably never played it because I've always played Nintendo. So I'm like, if y'all like a game, I could play it and y'all could see my reaction for the first time because most people might have played that game if
Right.
it's something there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you get to see my reaction because I've never played it before.
Well, I can imagine that this is just going to get better and better for you because
Mhm.
you've kind of gone on a mission of discovery for yourself, and gladly we're going along for the ride too. And I'm very happy that we are, and I'm very happy to have met you here. And I
Well,
thank you so much for coming on. We're going to
I
have
appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. We're going to have all of the links that we can find for Ichigo. And again, thank you so much. Keep on flying because yeah, you get to be one of those shining stories that we hear, folks who have who are triumphs, and you're
No,
one of those triumphs. Thank you again so
thank,
much for being on.
thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.